In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your front caliper on your Fiat 500. It's located behind your front wheel. Remove your hubcap, stick a pry bar in there, or use a hubcap remover, which is similar to a pry bar. And you're just going to work your way around. And your hubcap will pop off. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to remove our wheel fasteners. Remove your wheel. We're going to inspect our new caliper and make sure everything's greased up nice. So we're going to pull this pad out and place it over there. Now we're going to use some silicone paste and put a little dab will do ya in there. And I'm going to add a little bit more to our slides. Now we're going to slide it in. And we're just going to go back and forth a few times, make sure it's got plenty of silicone paste in there. Now that you've done that, we're going to insert our pads. Going to put this one in this way. Line it up in the bracket. Then you're going to take it like this with both hands and push it in. You're going to line up your pad and push it in. Once you get that in, you're going to do the other side. Place it in. And just slide it over. Now we're going to install it onto the car. Anytime you do hydraulic brake work, it's a good idea to press your brake pedal down with like a pry bar or something like it, and just let it press up against that front seat. If you do that, it makes sure all the hydraulics or the brake fluid doesn't run out constantly, so it saves on brake fluid. It also saves you a lot of trouble. Using a 14mm line wrench, we're going to loosen up our hose. After that's loosened, we're going to take out our bolts for our caliper. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to take out these bolts for our caliper bracket. Before taking out this top one, make sure you have a good hand on your caliper. Now you're going to remove your caliper and you're going to spin the caliper off the hose. We do have our brake pedal pressed down with our pry bar so that we don't lose too much fluid, but you still want a drain bucket below you. Remove your caliper. Now we're going to install our new caliper and take out this yellow plug. You can usually just use your fingers to do that. Now we're going to install our hose. And to do that, you're just going to spin it on, just the same way you took it off. Take your time, make sure it's not cross-threaded. Once you get that first thread or two started, it'll be easier. If you want, you can take out that pad that's rolling around till you get closer, which is what I'm going to do. So you're going to spin it on until it stops, and then we're going to install our caliper on with our bolts. Then we'll snug up the hose. And right there, this seems about good. Make sure you put your pad back if you took it out. And slide it onto your rotor. Go ahead and start your bolts. Once you get one started, it makes it a little easier. You can let go. You can go ahead and snug those up, and then we'll be torquing them. Let's tighten up our hose, and then we'll torque our bolts. Make sure it's nice and snug. We're going to torque our bracket bolts to 77 foot-pounds. And do the same on the bottom bolt. All right, so now we're going to torque these slide bolts. Even though we didn't take them apart, it's always good to check the torque on them. Let's torque these to 20 foot-pounds. We're using a 7mm Allen wrench socket. And let's put our caps back on. One there, and now in the front we're going to put our spring clip on. I'm going to put a little anti-seize on these. Sometimes they get so rusty they get stuck in there forever. And insert it into these two holes. Press in, make sure they're locked in good. Sometimes I give them a little tap just to make sure. Looking good. Now we're going to go right to our gravity bleed. Now that you're done with your caliper, you can remove your brake pedal. After you release your pry bar, it's a good idea to pump it up a few times before you begin your gravity bleed. Take your bleeder cap off and use a 10mm socket and loosen your bleeder. You have a drip pan below to catch any fluid. We're going to wait for a steady stream of fluid or a steady trickle. A lot of times you'll see some air bubbles coming out, so you got to wait for those to go away. All right, it looks like we have a steady stream going. I'm not seeing any air bubbles come out. So I'm going to go ahead and close this down. Make sure that bleeder screw is tight. Clean it off. Put the cap back on. Now, you're going to get in your vehicle and you're going to test out your brake pedal and make sure it doesn't feel squishy. If it's nice and hard and at the top, then you should be all set. If it isn't and it feels squishy, you're going to have to do the whole brake bleed procedure. Put your wheel on. Make sure you line up these two with the rim. Install your wheel fasteners by hand at first. Tighten them in a crisscross manner. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 63 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a crisscross pattern. Make sure you find your divot for where your valve stem goes before putting on your hubcap. So you're going to line it up, make sure it's lined up properly, and then gently press in. Towards the end, you might need a rubber mallet. Using a rag, you're going to clean and inspect the cap. Make sure you have a drain pan within reach. And we're going to use a siphon to take out the old brake fluid. You're going to do this till you can get it all out, as much as you can anyways. After you're done siphoning it out, you're going to fill it up with clean brake fluid. Use your funnel and fill it up to the max. In this procedure, you're going to start with your left rear, then go to your right front, then go to the right rear, and then go to your left front. In between, so after you do your right front, you're going to stop, and then you're going to check your master cylinder and top it off. And then you're going to continue to your right rear. After your brake bleed procedure is done, you're going to top off your fluids. We're going to start at the left rear. Remove your bleeder screw cap. You're going to need a 10mm wrench. You're going to need a drip pan below you or a fluid catcher like I have. You're going to need a friend in the car to pump the brakes. Pump it up, please. He's holding. I'm going to put this on and I'm going to open up that bleeder. It's to the floor. We're going to close the bleeder. Ask him to pump it up again. He's holding. As the fluid comes out, we're going to look for air bubbles. It's to the floor. Pump it up again, please. He's holding. It's to the floor. We're going to do one more because I saw another air bubble. Pump it up, please. He's holding. Right to the floor. That feels good. I'm going to tighten that up. I'm going to clean off the area with some brake parts cleaner. And put our cap back on. Next, we're going to go to the right front. Now we're in the right front wheel well. We're going to bleed the brake here. Take your cap off. Again, you're going to use a 10 millimeter. You're going to have somebody in the front bleeding the brakes for you. Get your drip pan or a fluid catcher. And let's begin. Pump it up. He's holding. All right, tighten up your bleeder screw. Clean it off. Put your cap back on. Now that you've bled your left rear and your right front, you're going to go and check your master cylinder and top it off to max before continuing to your right rear and your left front. To do the brake bleed for the right rear and the left front, it's the same as what you did with the left rear and the right front. After you've bled all four wheels, we're going to go back to the master cylinder and we're going to top it off. All right, that's good. Take your funnel out. Now that you've cleaned your area, put your cap back on. If you did drip any, you can use your brake parts cleaner. Then you can put your wheels back on and torque them to 63 foot-pounds. Now you can get in your vehicle, check your brake pedal, make sure it's not squishy. You want that pedal to be right at the top, nice and firm. If not, you're going to have to go do the brake bleed procedure all over again.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.